Hey, welcome back. And if you like the content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and share me out because it really does help the channel. But we're going to get into another bourbon review right after this. All right, we have Conviction Small Batch Bourbon. If you haven't heard of this, it's because it's a craft distillery out of North Carolina. So let's look at the bottle here. It's a sour mash single barrel cask strength. Now, it's cask strength, it's uncut, unfiltered, which means uncut, no water added, unfiltered, hasn't been charcoal filtered or anything like that. So there's another uncut, unfiltered I really like, and that's Smoke Wagon. But this is about Conviction. So let's get into this one. So Conviction Small Batch, straight bourbon whiskey, uncut, unfiltered, distilled, aged, and bottled at Southern Grace Distilleries, Mount Pleasant, North Carolina. Now, there's this whole story about them, and they had a distillery started, I believe it was around 2014 or something like that. But anyway, they ended up purchasing a penitentiary that had been closed down. So it was a 1920s built prison or correctional facility, whatever you want to call it. But they say on the label here, break me out already, and whiskeyprison.com is their site. And it's all about playing up the prison where they've set up barreling in certain part of the dormitory and distilling in another part. And they have a welcome center and all of that, of course, tasting room, all of them do. But this is barrel number 391. This one happens to be 101.8 proof, so 50.9% alcohol by volume. I'm not gonna go into all the whole story behind that, but it is North Carolina local and it is craft. They don't do a huge volume, so this could be kind of hard to get, but it's available in the North Carolina ABC stores. And as always, I'm gonna try this out of the Bourbon Bounty logo glass. I'll try to hold it in front of my black shirt so the acid etching will show up. But this is available on the Thursday night giveaway shows. If you haven't joined me on those, it's every Thursday night. It starts at 6:45 Eastern PM and goes to 8:30. It's totally free. I do hashtag drawings throughout the show for entries to the quarterly drawing, and once during that time frame, I give away. Everybody gets a trophy. Put me in, you get 5 entries. If you join every week, you can get a substantial amount of entries. Now, I did pull the label off. I did cut the paper, but this is the first time the cork's been out of this bottle. I have not tried this before. I am in North Carolina, so I can get this, but let's give her a little pour here. All right, I'm not gonna pour too much. I do have the Sunday night sip along show. I am recording this. It won't post for several weeks because I staged these to get ready to post. Color, let's look at that. Get a little air in it. Medium amber, like a wild honey color on it. We'll let the legs start forming and we'll check for, the beads are forming. They're kind of thin. Now this is a 2-year-old bourbon. So, legally they can call it straight bourbon because it has to be aged at least 2 years to be straight bourbon. But 4 is the standard, used to be, and they changed well, they don't enforce the laws as much. Used to 2 to 4 years or 4 or more. 4 or more years, you did not have to disclose an age statement. Anything under 4, you did. So that's where that comes from. Medium to light legs on this. Color, it's kind of flat. If it aged a little longer, it would probably have a little glassier edge to it. But all in all, right now, this is kind of running a C grade from A to F right now. But that's before the nose, so let's get into that. All right, on the nose, I'm getting vanilla caramel punch, but I'm also getting some spice in there as well. Little floral note coming through, little maybe some allspice, but cinnamon certainly is coming through. Not a big ethanol kick, so it's not a big punch, but it's only barely over 100 proof. Now, to just go over that again, if you're not aware, if you are, sorry, bourbon, any whiskey cannot be distilled at higher than 160 proof. Now, you can go up to 180 proof on your neutral spirits and all, like vodka and things like that, but whiskey, 160 proof max distill, that's your white dog, but it can't go into the barrel at higher than 125 proof, but there's nothing that says they can't barrel it at 100 proof. And then leave it in there for 2 years and end up with a 101.8. But the fact is, when it come out of the barrel, they did not add any water to it. You're getting what came out of the barrel. So I'm getting yeah, that cinnamon is more prominent now. But there's a candy to this nose, like a hard candy sweetness to it. So let me get the tongue wet. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. I can taste the youngness to this. I can taste the youngness, but it's got some good bones. And I'll tell you, I would be very interested in trying one of their 4 years. If they can let this go another 2 years in the barrel, I think they may have closer to a winner than they have right now. Now, I paid $50 tax and all. It was like 47 bucks. It's like 50 and some change or something. No, it's got a good caramel to it, a little sweet on the tongue. The finish is a lot drier than the front of the palate. I'm not getting a ton of oak notes, but there's some, but the oils just aren't spreading it across my tongue like some of the other heavier oiled bourbons do. Let me force this around. Yeah, now when I force it to each side and I let it coat the entire tongue, it's not doing it on its own. It's a manual process here. I'm getting a little bit of the tannin out of the wood. This is I mean, the climate here is not bad, but it's not totally ideal. We do have hot days, and I'm sure they're probably not refrigerating a warehouse in a 1920s prison, but a little bit of the tannins coming out there, but it's not too bitter on the finish. I am getting a little tiny coffee finish on there, like the bitterness from a coffee, like a black coffee on the finish, but I'm also not getting too much of the spice back there. There are some fruit notes, but they're a little darker than fresh apple or something like that, which sometimes is good. But this has a little bitterness that comes along with it. So not completely ideal. I think that's its youth showing. And I think if they aged it a little longer, it would tame out. So if you remember the rating scale, we have nope, meh, yes, and heck yes. Now on every one of those, take the middle of the road, for example, like it could be or it can be you know, and then it can be yeah, or it can be yes. And same goes for every category. So we're going to slide the arrow back and forth here. And I believe this one, could end up a lot higher. But for this, and considering the price on it of, half a bill here for this bottle, I'm not sad I bought it. I'm going to enjoy it here and there, but I'm going to put this down on the lower end of it's better than meh, but I think this could be up toward yes if they would age it a couple of more years. So that's about all there is to say about it. So guys, with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up as always. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell down there for notifications, and I promise I'll keep bringing you these videos.